morning everyone, welcome back to another Cut Above with Chris. And this morning's a bit of a special shave for me. It's Father's Day today over here in Western Australia, and I've had a few gifts from the kids, which is lovely. And one of those gifts is going to be a part of my videos, possibly just once a week, from my eldest son, which is a tomato plant. So I'm going to keep this in here. It's only a little one, so I'm going to grow it in the bathroom as I go along. Hopefully it doesn't absorb too many bad smells, but we'll see how we go. There's plenty of light next to the window. Some people think I'm copying Paul H. It's alright mate, your tomato plant, so way outgrow mine. Alright, so what we're doing today, I've got a face shave today. I'm not going to do my head because I did nick myself the last time. I just let them heal up before I actually shave over them, so I don't whip the scar off or anything like that. The actual scab, which is, it's actually not even much there anymore. I've already soaked my brush. So the brush we're using today is the Smallgate 30. I'm going to go back to a soap that I used a while back. I've used it twice now, the first time without real great results. The second time pretty good, so I'm going to give it a good go this time. I'm a bit more experienced now with my lathers and things. Col Conks Lime. Smells incredible. Just smells like a lime Jolly Rancher. If there was a lime, I think there's lime Jolly Ranchers, or there used to be. There might not be anymore. The razor I'm using today, I'm going to give it another go because I didn't give it much of a chance last time. The Merkur 1904, which is a sort of old school looking razor. I have said before that the actual finish on it is not tremendous, but I think it's meant to look like that. I think it's supposed to look like an old school razor. So in that regard, it's pretty good. I'll be finishing off the shave today with some Col, fresh and nice and cheap Lomani. I love this stuff. Cheap as chips. Works out about £4 a bottle. Lasts ages. Alright, so I'm just going to wet my face just now. I've had a shower already. Actually, I'm just going to do something else while I'm eating. I'll probably forget by the end of the video. I haven't been sleeping well the past couple of nights, and as you can see, I've got some pretty heavy bags under there. Now, I use this stuff every single morning, the L'Oreal Men Expert Vitalift. So I'm just going to pop some on now before I start shaving and see if there's any difference to my eyes by the end. There we go. Alright, so I'll just dip the tips of the brush in the water, and I'm going to bowl lather today, which I haven't done for a little while now. So straight onto the puck. It's a very hard puck, the Col Conks glycerin soap. Very hard. Ooh, getting an explosion of lather here already. I can always tell when it sounds good, when it goes that sort of deep. Just going everywhere, Jesus. I don't remember this the first time I used it. I'm sort of having second thoughts now about bowl lathering. It is literally going everywhere. So I'll just, got heaps on there just now. I'm just going to transfer it to the bowl, see if I can get enough of a lather going. What I normally do, I normally just pop just a spot of water in the bowl. You see it just wobbling about it. And then just straight in with the soap. And I find when I'm bowl lathering, I try not to get too close to the edge. I sort of stay near the centre of the bowl and sort of pump the brush more than swirling it all the time. And it seems to sort of create a thicker lather quicker. Just giving it that just a slight movement and a pump. Not actually doing the full swirl thing. So it's certainly it's making plenty of lather here, which is good. So it's Sunday over here in WA. Weather's pretty average, which it has been for the past few weeks. But the kids are too well. I think my wife's making me a lovely breakfast right now. And then my youngest son is taken out for a coffee at my favourite coffee shop, where I get a organic coconut latte. Because myself and my wife are both paleo, we don't have any animal fat, any animal milks, so we stick to the almond and the coconut. And for those of you out there that haven't tried it, get on the bandwagon. In the last year alone, I've lost over 20 kilos in weight, and went from very unfit and unhealthy to pretty fit and healthy. Well, pretty fit but very healthy. Alright, so I'm going to give it a go at that. I think that's pretty good. As you can see, there's plenty of peaks on there, plenty left in the bowl. Just wipe my face a bit again. And let's get stuck in. And what a difference experience makes with shaving, because this shaving soap I really struggled with the first time I used it. And the good thing now is, the other issue I had, I used it with a new board brush. Was it my board? Might be my badger brush. And I could smell the wet animal, which I don't get off my brushes now. All the scents, all I can smell now is the soap that I'm using, which is good. And I keep coming back to the Smog. It's a beautiful brush. Look, it's not as good as my Bob Quinn, but it's a lovely brush. Always does nice lathers, got a nice bit of backbone. You can actually feel it sort of exfoliating as you're scrubbing your face with it, because it is quite thin. Alright, so here we go. Merkur 1904. I've got a Voskhod blade in there. I should have said that before. Voskhod, if you don't understand my Russian. And here we go. Now, last time I used this, I actually stopped pretty much straight away, because I think it wasn't doing much in terms of actually reducing the growth. Because it is a very mild razor. Hope you guys can see that there. It's a very mild razor, but it's very, very comfortable, it's very smooth. Obviously the blade helps. But if I'm honest, it's not the sort of razor I'm into. I mean, for those of you that have caught most of my videos and know sort of how I shave now, in terms of beginner razors, I much prefer the Edwin Jagger, even the Parker 99R. Yeah, this razor is just a bit too mild. As you can see, that's not very good lighting. It just doesn't quite cut the growth down enough for me in the first pass. We'll see how it goes the second pass. There is a Voskhod blade in there, and they don't tend to do very well on that first pass, doesn't matter what razor I use. Residual slickness, pretty much none. It's not a great soap for that, and it wasn't before. But just dip the tips of the brush in the water there. Oh, I think I've threw more lather about the bathroom than I have on my face today. I'm still not a massive fan of Col Conks, to be honest with you. I do like it, I love the smell. This has got a real zingy, fruity smell, which I never got the first time I used it. But just going to get a bit more lather on this. It just doesn't lather good enough for me. I have really been spoiled with the Wickham's 1912 and Shave of Heaven and even Humphrey's Handmade. Cracking soap. Across the grain. Now this razor is so mild that I don't really care about going on my neck. I feel like I can push quite out. I mean, it's doing a terrible job. It really is. I have got comments on there before that you should really use a feather blade in there, and maybe like something like the Kai blades, which I don't have any left of at the moment. I need to order some in. So it's not a razor that I'll be using again, pretty much. So this is just going to be a one-off. Look, it's certainly a razor that I would recommend for a complete beginner shaver that's never shaved before, period, with any razor, because it is very, very forgiving. I mean, I'm pushing quite hard on my face there. I can feel that the blade's sort of there, but it's not going to cause me any problems. So it's certainly for a brand spanking new beginner that's never shaved before, that jumps straight into wet shaving. It's an ideal razor. As it is, it's probably going to be an ornament for me. And I might even keep hold of this one, believe it or not, until my kids grow up and start shaving, which isn't too far into the future, believe it or not. Yeah, I'm just not enjoying this soap either. Yeah, Col Conks. The second time I used it was pretty good. I just can't seem to get it to work very well. It's quite an airy bubble in it. As you can see, that's just a dreadful lather. Hold on a minute, just let me try and redeem this soap, because I know I got a pretty good lather out of it the last time. It's obviously it must be quite a thirsty soap. And but all I'm doing now, I'm just reloading up from the puck, because I don't want to give them a bad name, because I know they are a good name. I know it's not an artisan soap or anything like that, but I know this stuff can lather, I'm pretty sure it can. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, that's much better. So, yeah, just had to sort of reinvigorate the lather and gather some more from the puck, and we're back in business. And it's not like I'm not really wasting much soap when I do that, because it's such a hard soap. You don't take much off the puck. So it's probably, for those of you that do try the Col Conks, it's probably best to just do a face lather with it. You might even have to sort of load the brush up for every pass, but for the amount that you need for it, it's probably worth it. Right, across the grain again, go in the other direction. as you can see, you can literally shave with this razor and be a bit, not reckless, but just you don't have to be quite as careful with it. I've got every confidence in the end the Vascot blade will take the head in. But I'm definitely going to need a clean up pass, definitely. Definitely, there's a little bit of residual slickness here now. I've just realised, for those of you that can hear it in the background, other than my breakfast sizzling away, I've got Home Alone on the TV. Don't ask me why. I'm wishing the rest of the year away already. Yeah, so look, it's pretty good. I mean, at the end of the day, a shave's all about, as far as I'm concerned, at least 3 passes. It's very few. I mean, I've used the R41. You can definitely get away with a 2 pass with an R41. You can always get away with a single pass on an R41. But I mean, that's really good. I'm just going to give it a bit of a touch up. I'm just going to empty this water out because it's getting a bit dirty now. Now, because I'm not shaving my head today, I am going to just sort of, hopefully, straighten my sideburns up a little bit. Now, I'm just going to dip the brush again. I know this is the last pass, and I probably don't really need it. But I'm just going to reload the brush again because it just seems to look better. And let's say it's such a hard soap. It's such a beautiful, fresh, zingy scent. It's not a strong smell, it's certainly not. I mean, I prefer really strong, powerful scents, like your Wickhams and things like that, Shaver Heaven and Humphreys. It's a very mild scent. It's just got a very light hint of lime. And that's literally it, there's nothing else in there. It just smells like a lovely lime, so yeah, that's all that soap needs. I think I did this the last time actually. I think I made a bowl lather that didn't work very well, so I ended up face lathering the rest of it. Yeah, so it's a good soap. I'm not going to shoot it down. It's definitely a good soap. It's a nice thick lather the way I like it. It's just pretty much the way I have all my lathers now. I like them nice and thick. Very similar to you guys that watch Paul H. This is the sort of lather consistency he goes for, and it certainly works for me. I do prefer this. I've tried the wetter lathers, obviously. When I started up, that all my lathers were wet, but I do prefer this when it's thicker. It seems to leave a better protection afterwards as well, I find. So I'm just going to go pretty much all over the place here and just sort of touch things up. But before I do, just going to make sure that the sideburns are reasonably where I want them. There we go. So. I mean, one thing I did notice with this razor, it's quite a heavy little razor. There's not much of it. It's a tiny little razor. I mean, I'll tell you what, I'll just compare it for you. For you guys out there that haven't got many razors, or I haven't really seen many razors or any razors. So that's the 1904, and that's sitting next to the R41. So you can see there's a real significant difference in size. That's It really is tiny little razor. And in comparison to something old, very similar size to the Gillette Heavy Tech Gold. So it's obviously something that must have been maybe the size of the Times. So it's not big. There's a lot of heft in it though. The Gillette Heavy Tech isn't a heavy razor. It's a very light razor. It's got quite a heavy head on it, but this handle's heavy, and it does help sort of pull it across your face. And the other thing I've noticed with it as well, I think it's because it is pretty much solid metal. There's not much audio feedback from it. There's literally no audio feedback. And that's pretty damn good. I'm really happy with that. That's a 4-pass shave. I didn't give this razor much credit when I first used it. I didn't give it much credit at the start of this shave because it doesn't really do much, but at the end of the day, a general shave, if you enjoy it, which I do, should last at least 3 passes. The 4th touch-up pass is just a bonus if you've got anything left over and you want to just carry on. So yeah, look, it does a great job. And let's see, I'm pretty much baby smooth there. I don't do against the grain. For those of you guys that watch my videos, you know that. I did against the grain for the first couple of times. Caused me a few issues, had a couple of ingrown hairs, and it's just not very comfortable. As much as it gives that perfect finish. Just rinsed off with some hot water. And then I just switch it over to the cold. Cold water to finish off. Make sure I'm not covered in soap. And there we have it, guys. A very smooth, very comfortable shave with literally baby smooth results. Not much left on there if anything. Alright, so I'm going to finish off now with the Arco Fresh. I don't think I've used this on a video yet. I think it's the first time I've used it. I actually ordered Arco Ice Cool. I think it's Ice Cool, and they sent the wrong stuff, so I wasn't best pleased. I hate that when that happens, especially when it wasn't what I really went for. So the Arco Fresh smells fresh, believe it or not. It's got a sort of nice soap scent to it, which is pretty good, but it's not my sort of thing. I'm not really into the smell of it, but I'll give it a go anyway. So unlike a lot of guys out there, Paul H being one of them, I put my balm on first and then I put my aftershave on afterwards. I just find that the scent lasts longer that way. It's just personal preference. Now I have used this balm before. I haven't used it on video, I don't think. Oh, it's got a lovely zinger menthol. But the last time I used it probably a few hours after a shave. So I had my shave. Obviously finished everything up, put on my, I think I used Shave Works that day, the Cool Fix. Finished off with the aftershave, and then a few hours later I just went in. I thought I'm just going to try it. It's a moisturiser. I put some on, and it actually brought me out in a couple of little spots. I think it's because you've already done your prep, you've done your face, you've had your shave, used your aftershave, just leave your skin. When you put something else on it, just seems to block the pores up, and that's why I ended up with a few little spots on it. Yeah, this feels great. This feels really, really good. It's actually got on your refreshing. It's really refreshing. It's invigorating. It's waking my skin up. It's good stuff. It's got quite a nice scent. It's not, let's say, it's not my sort of scent, but it is nice. So there we have it. In fact, just wait, give me a second, guys. I just cannot stand hair under my nose. Now there's something. No, I thought it was I didn't think it was going to get that there. I'm struggling to get there, but it does. It's such a mild razor, you've got to give it a bit of force, and you can just feel it hook onto the hairs and it just slices through. Just missed a bit there. That's it, spot on, perfect. Maybe not. Why not? You should never do this with no cream on. But I'm tough. Full of crap more like. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I really enjoyed that, so I'm just going to pop just another little touch of that on. So, for all you guys out there, if you're in Australia and enjoying Father's Day, I hope you have a good one. If it's Father's Day anywhere else in the world, I hope you have a good day there as well. And if you've already had it or it's coming up, I hope you've had a good one and I hope you have a good one. It's a good day to be a dad, obviously. The kids come out and give you all this stuff. I've been absolutely spoiled rotten this morning. So here we go. So I've got Lomani. The actual stuff itself is actually blue. I thought the bottle was blue when I first bought it, but the actual spray's blue, so I still spray it on my clothes. It doesn't stain anything, so. But the smells, I'm terrible at describing smells. I couldn't tell you what's in that. I couldn't tell you any scents in it or nothing. And I bet it tells me nothing on the bottom either. Yeah, made in France, 80% alcohol, so it's good stuff. Alright, so I'm just going to squirt that all over. And just for you guys, so you know, considering that's got a very high alcohol content, there's no stinging at all. I mean, none at all. I think this has helped a bit. That seemed to take a bit of the sting out. It's cooled my face down, but it's took the sting out. And as you can see, I've got a bit of red down here, but I've got that all the time, and it looks really bad on the camera as opposed to when I look in the mirror. It's really light in the mirror. Yeah, I'm really happy with that, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you've possibly learned something from it, or learned something about it. My little tomato plant, he'll sort of feature in the future videos to come. And thanks again for tuning in. Please like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys next time.